The 16th of April 2025. It's a wet day here in rural Ireland and I can't get much done. Only make a few videos. Trump's tariffs. I saw a film one time which said that the English language was fine-tuned way back about 1850 by two New York fellas that were hired by the king or somebody. And apparently it is true. I was in a house with people who knew English well, and they said it's true. Well, why is there two R's in tariffs and two F's? Why don't they spell it T-R-R-R-R-R-R-I-F-F-F-F-S? Why is there never any more than two R's or two F's? Well, why do you need any? Right, O is oo. Okay, fair enough if you want to go there. Well, why don't you spell it T-R-R-I-F-S? Tariffs. Right, you get the there's a bit of a well, why is there two F's? And then you come to spelling sheriff. Why did it do that? I just leave it alone. And it's a ridiculous situation. That's one thing about the German language and the Gaelic language. You don't have that. There's only 20. There's 6 letters less in the Irish language than there is in the English. I think it's 20 in Irish. Don't need the half of it. Unbelievable nonsense anyway. Well, anyway, we're talking here about Trump's tariffs. Now, of course, he's essentially blocked all trade with China. The EU capitulated. They're going to, as he says, kiss my arse. And so is a lot. They're going to kiss his arse. Now, personally, if I was the Prime Minister of Ireland and I'm a Trump supporter, I would tell him straight, you withdraw that remark now or we'll send the Navy after you. You know, you could get round her a bit like that. I don't think he really meant it in that way, but it is something when you hear of it, a president of America saying the rest of them are kissing his arse. And you see, politics pendulum, it swings. It's not a case that it moves a wee bit right or left. It swings drastically. And you get examples of that. You get Stalin. And then you get Hitler. He's away one way and they're away the other way. And there's right and left and nobody knows what the difference of the two are. I have said the political spectrum is a circle. It's not a bar. But anyway, you get that. And then you get it going the other way. And so in Germany at one time, if you didn't shout down the Jews, you're hated. And now if you mention down the Jews, you're loved. No, you're hated, no matter. So at one time it was wrong to be against the Jews, and now it's all to be for the Jews. You know what I mean? It's the opposite. It's wrong to protect the Jews or speak up for them, and now it's wrong to condemn them. So the situation changes according to the mood of the government, and I think ordinary people should not bend any way at all. One time the measure of an economy was how much oil you were burning, how much coal, oil and gas. That was your economic measure. Now if you burn it, you're a criminal. And so we have scum closing. But in any event, Trump's idea is to force manufacturing back to America. And he has quite stiff tariffs. Now, what will happen with China? There's a build-up of products on the docks. How is America going to do for its mobile phones, for its laptops? You know, these nice, I'm sure this is made in China. Well, you have to read acres of print to find out where it's made, but China comes up all right, so it seems to be made in China. Now, the other thing is, years ago when I wanted to buy a lathe, a proper English or Austrian made lathe was very, very expensive. I was starting to rear a family at the time, and I got one made in Taiwan, which I thought was China at the time, and you know, it done the job. It's quite good. It was good enough. So this thing of banning manufacture in China, the reality is it cannot be made at the same price in Europe or in America. It cannot be made at the same price. So, okay, do you push the price up and then have less sales? So it's a two-edged sword. However, I would agree that manufacturing should be kept in a country. It's a pure ordinary military security risk, if nothing else. If you have machine tools being made in America and machine tool companies, and you have steel being made, you can always step up production in a wartime situation. And if you let it go elsewhere, you can't. I mean, the EMCO machine tool operation in Austria made beautiful machines. They were really, really good quality. They were a wee bit expensive, but you could buy a small one, but they're closed. They couldn't stick the competition because the wages is smaller. So anyway, this is what Mr. Trump is trying to do, and it'll all be all in time to see what will happen. But the big thing I want to get round to is he has reaffirmed big time. You know what he did? He brought in tariffs and he excluded pharmaceuticals and then he extended he cancelled the tariffs for 90 days. You understand? He cancelled the tariff for 90 days. Anyone looking at this without the previous ones, my hands are dirty, but that's all right. I'm working. Now, anyway, he cancelled the tariffs for 90 days, but he has said today he's examining Ireland big time from the pharmaceuticals. And it is a threat to a country, in my opinion, not to be able to make its own medicines. Our Taoiseach Micheál Martin looked very shocked yesterday when he was commenting on it, and he said medication is essential for life, which I presume I agree with that. So you have the Irish Prime Minister saying medication is essential for life, and you have the American President saying, well, if it's essential for life, we want it made in America. So the bottom line is, folks, I suspect we're going to get a massive 25% tariff on Irish medicines. And those who want it in America are going to have to pay that until America starts to make it. Trump says they're already setting up shop. They're already moving over and getting it going. It's not that big a trouble. I had it explained to me. There's a big churn which makes a kind of a filler, sort of a filler material. Could be lime, I don't know, something like that. But they make a filler material. Could be corn flour, I don't know. Don't ask me. And then they put in the ingredients into it and they have to store them around. And then they have to test to make sure that every part of that big ball, like a big ball of dough for bread, has the right ingredients in it. And it's mashed this way and mashed that way. And eventually then they get it for the tablets. And apparently then they send it off to a blister company that takes out a little piece, dries it and puts it in the blister pack, forms of the size of a tablet. Exactly just like this, like for the paracetamol. You have to have a few of them in the house. So the thing about it is that's a blister pack, and they make them. And where they're made is a big dispute in Ireland. But Trump says he's going to force the whole lot back to America, and that is going to cause serious trouble for Ireland because it's a major manufacturing business in Ireland. Now, according to an article here, at present there are 85 pharmaceutical companies operating out of Ireland, and it is the world's third largest exporter of pharmaceutical goods, which make up 39% of annual exports. 39%, I'll repeat that again, which makes up 39% of annual exports from the country. I'm getting a bit tongue-tied, I'm very sorry. I'll read all this again to you. At present, there are more than 85 pharmaceutical companies operating out of Ireland, and it is the world's third largest exporter of pharmaceutical goods, which make up 39% of annual exports from the country. Clearly, Ireland has become a centre of biopharma manufacturing in Europe, but the larger question is why? And it goes on then to deal with why that is. One of the answers as to why that's the case is that the country simply has a history of being a home to manufacturing in Europe. The first manufacturing operation in the country was set up in 1959 by Leo Laboratories, which set the country on a path towards being a leader in active pharmaceutical ingredients, APB manufacturing. A thing about Ireland is the climate is very stable. It's neither too hot nor too cold. I'd say that's a factor, it helps a bit. Scorching heat, not just so sure. Hard to keep things moist and all that. Now, this led to some of the major pharma companies setting up shop in the country, such as Novartis, Novartis, GSK, and others. A significant breakthrough for the industry arrived when Wyeth Pharmaceuticals spent $2 billion to create one of the largest biologic production sites in the world during the 2000s. Industrial Development Authority, an agency responsible for attracting and retaining investment in the country, spoke with Pharma Forum, about how this history developed to farm industry today. The spokesman explained that having a history in the country means that it makes sense to continue to invest in it. A lot of companies that have been in Ireland for many years have multiple facilities and are continuing to invest. These companies have developed very strong complement of staff and are very comfortable in operating in Ireland. Well, we have a very good legal system. We have a legal system based on our own laws and the common law of England. We have a very good legal system. That means you know where you stand. Certainly when it comes to business law, the judges will go with the law. Maybe not in environment, but they will go with the law. But the problem now is Mr. Trump is going to force 25% tariffs on them. Imagine one company there put in a $2 billion facility. So we have been ripping off the Americans a bit. We could have had a more honest approach to it. But President Trump appears to be going to dig the heels in now when it comes to the American market. And of course, America is a huge market for pharmaceuticals. And certainly the area in the northeast of America, around Pennsylvania, probably, and up into Vermont and Connecticut, like they're great areas for manufacturing. The climate is a bit hotter in the summer to Ireland. Still not too bad, it's still be all right. So it's could mean an unbelievable amount of jobs being lost here. Now, the word biopharma enters into it, and maybe someone will comment underneath. As I understand it, it's a new way of making drugs, a simpler way, using some type of fluid mechanics. But it may be the name of companies. They call it here Biopharma Industries, trains and educates 5,000 people annually to work in all areas of biopharmaceuticals. So there's a lot of investment there anyway. And whatever it is, the big problem is it's under threat because the United States is a huge market. Will they be able to find markets elsewhere? I doubt they'll export to Russia, maybe China. I don't know. I just want to bring it to your attention, folks, on less than 14 minutes, that there's a huge threat. This is coming. There is no way Trump is going to back down on this particular issue. He might, maybe there's 90 days for the other ones, but for the other things, but this mightn't be. This could be popular enough. The only thing too is if he shuts down pharmaceuticals from Ireland to the US, there could be a short term in which they're stuck for them. That could be for the health of his own people. It's pretty chaotic times. So anyway, bring that to your attention on this video here, Trump's tariffs. And the rest of them are proceeding. It really has sent the whole EU cockier. They don't know what to do. They've changed on the hoof. They're not fit to be running anything. Now, people will say, oh, your man Trump, not much better. But we'll see how that goes. Anyways, folks, there's big threat from all this, and the pharmaceutical industry is a massive industry. And I've made a video before. Unfortunately, we have to pray in Ireland for the destruction of our economy, because if we have a good economy, our government will destroy our whole country, our whole environment. Any spare cash there is, they'll throw it out to foreigners. They'll bring in Tom, Dick and Harry from prisons and everywhere else. They'll destroy our environment with windmills and solar farms and our and everything. And there we are. We're going to be stuck. And that's it. We'll see you back soon. Bye.